there, it's Pete Thorn. Welcome to my studio. Thanks for joining me. I'm here for Vintage King, and I'm here today to show you guys the Pettyjohn Predrive pedal. There it is. I used it on the track at the beginning of the video, and I'm sure you noticed it's a subtle effect, but what it kind of does is just define and refine your sound and just make everything a little bit better. It's like a magic better button when you turn on the Predrive signal. And then there's a secondary function in this pedal, and that is a boost, and that's on this side. So let's talk about the Predrive circuit first. Essentially what it's designed to do, as I say, is just sort of refine and define your guitar sound, make everything a little bit better and allow you to tweak it. And the pedal's designed to come first in line in your chain of pedals and then send a nicely buffered, refined guitar signal down through the rest of your pedals and out to your amplifier. Okay, so when you turn on the Predrive circuit, everything becomes active on this pedal except for this giant knob right here, and that controls the boost function. So let's talk about everything else first. There's a switch here for impedance, and what that does is allow you to kind of match the impedance of the pedal to different pickups. And I left it in the up position because it just sounded good with the passive pickups in my guitar. There's two controls here at the bottom, and they are a high and low cut filters. Okay, so if you turn down this one, you're going to lose highs, turn down this one, and it attenuates lows. So at first I wasn't sure about that feature, but it actually ended up coming in really handy because let's talk about these other controls for a second, then I'll tell you why. There is a input gain control here and an output gain control. They're pretty subtle, but turn them up past half and you're going to hear that you're going to get a bit more harmonic grind and a little bit more gain out of this pedal. So when you do that, invariably what ends up happening is, you get a little bit more mud in your signal anytime you add more drive. So I found these tone cut controls really, really handy. I lowered the bass tone cut control and just cleaned up the lows a hair because I was adding a little bit of harmonic grind with the input and output gain controls. And I just found it made the neck pickup sound on my guitar just a little bit more defined, and yet it was a little juicier and sweeter because I was adding some drive. So that was really cool. Okay, there's another switch here that also engages a harmonic drive circuit that'll just add a little bit more grind to your signal. And then there's a mix control for that harmonic drive circuit that allows you to blend it in. Okay, so when I played the song at the beginning of the video, I played a chord and then I engaged the Predrive circuit and played a chord again, and you heard it was very subtle, but it's just a slight refinement and added a little bit of grind, a little bit of drive to the signal, and just pumped things up a bit and made it a little sweeter. Okay, and on the next riff, I hit the clean boost function, so that comes on, and then this big dial becomes active here, and you're able to add about 11 dB of gain boost to your signal, and that was actually the sound that I used for the body of the tune. Yeah, just a really, really cool pedal. Like I say, like a magic more button is essentially what this pedal is. Just makes everything sound a little better and allows you to tweak and refine your signal. There's two versions of this pedal available. There's a standard PCB type version available, and then there's actually a hand-wired version available as well. So for the purpose of this video, I'm using the PCB version, the standard version, and that's what I got right here. All right, let's check out some sound examples with the Pettyjohn Predrive. Let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so I want to show you how you can refine your guitar tone and pump it up and give it some more clarity with the Pettyjohn Predrive pedal. So here's the sound of just my guitar through the Vox AC15 amp back here on the top boost channel through a divided by 13 212 with a Celestion Alnico Blue mic. Okay, sounds really cool. I wish the tone had a little bit more push and a little bit more clarity. So I'm going to use the Pettyjohn to get me there. When I engage the pedal right now, I've got a setting that I've come up with that sounds just great for what I want. So check it out. Okay, just that extra push over the cliff, let's say, like 15% better. Really dig it. So once again, here's the tone with no pedal. I'm turning on the pedal. Just got a little bit more drive and quite a bit more clarity, I find. So let's examine what I've done as far as settings go. Basically, I've got the low cut engaged, so if I turn that up all the way, that's my sound. Now that's what you might get out of like a, many different clean boosts, just that straight up clean boost, and it's gonna drive your signal a little harder, but it's also gonna muddy things up a little bit, because anytime you add a little bit more drive, you tend to get a little bit more mud. So check out what happens when I roll down the bass cut down to about 2 o'clock. Okay, it just cleans things up really nice. As far as the drive controls go, I've got the input and output drive at about 3 o'clock right now. If I turn those down to noon, okay, I actually think I get a little bit of cut at that point when engaging the pedal. So I like to keep these controls for my purposes up a little bit past noon, and they seem to sound good in the 2 to 3 o'clock kind of neighborhood. Okay, let's examine the harmonic drive control now. That's without the harmonic drive. Turning it on. Okay, and now there's a mix control for the harmonic drive. And once again, it's all subtle, but definitely there's a bunch of cool tones in there to be had. So yeah, I was able to just kind of take my core tone in my amp that sounded a little muddy to me, and I was able to actually drive harder but clean things up a little bit, and I think that's really cool. Okay, let's check out the sound of the Pettyjohn pedal now on the neck pickup of my guitar. I've got the neck pickup split to single coil. Here's the tone first with no pedal. Okay, turning on the pedal, I'm going to get that increased drive, a little bit more grind, and quite a bit more clarity. Just like the same sound, but in HD or something. A little bit better. Okay, let's check out the clean boost side of the pedal now. So turning it on, at the bottom of the control, of course you don't get any boost. As you bring it up, it's real linear, and you're going to get up to about 11 dB of boost at the top range of the control. Okay, so that's starting to drive the Vox amp real nice. I'm going to leave it about 3/4 the way up because I like that tone. Once again, the pedal's pretty subtle, but when you actually turn it off and then turn it back on, both sides, it's doing quite a bit. Okay, so just for fun, I thought I'd try driving the front end of my Sur SL68 with the Pettyjohn pedal, and I ended up with this real cool, raunchy, bluesy tone. So here's what I got. Thanks for watching my video on the Pettyjohn Predrive pedal. You can check this pedal out further at the Vintage King website. Give the guys at Vintage King a call if you got any questions on the pedal. I really dig this thing. I think it's a great pedal. You know, it allows you to just kind of refine your guitar tone, maybe make up for some deficiencies in certain guitars. You know, if they've got weak output, or maybe they're a little woolly sounding or a little too bright, you can totally fine tune that. And that just makes everything sound a little bit better when you run through this pedal. So it's really, really cool. All right, I'm Pete Thorn, and thanks for watching my channel. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it. And come back and see me soon for more videos. Take care.